Showtime. And we're back. We're back here at the Cozy Show, the Cozy Couch, the Cozy Corner, the Cozy Castle, the Cozy Cox. I don't know. It is your host, Chris Mariscal, and his co-host,
Jaime Ornelas.
Looks a little different in here. I don't know if you guys could tell. Hopefully the quality looks okay. We're using our new camera. We have the iPhone as backup just in case. Not super confident yet, you know. But man, it's been a journey, like getting this camera thing rolling, because I thought we had really bright lights in this studio, but not bright enough. Okay, because when you get like a big boy camera, they need a different kind of lighting. So we have two bright ass floodlights in here.
Yeah,
you should take a video just so people can see. Two bright ass lights. I feel like I'm on a TV set right now.
it is intense.
But we have another like fancy light that we bought. It's on the way, but it's not gonna be here till next week. But I'm just getting really impatient. I want to use the camera, so hopefully you're looking at the camera footage here.
I know. They're just like at the phone one.
If not, I'll type this is iPhone. But anyways, we're back. A little solo dolo pod. Hopefully you liked the last one. I had a lot of fun on that one. My good friends growing up. I'm glad you guys like got to see that. Hopefully it gives you a feel for like why I'm the way I am, you know. I feel like watching it, I was like, that's, you know, explains something, you know.
Yeah, I feel like people definitely got to see like the people you were with, and just like,
yeah,
he was with them when he was 14, 13, and they were like 17.
Forever. Okay, I got a story to tell. Should I get right into it? It's kind of gnarly though.
Get right into it.
Kind of gnarly. Okay. So my sister's here, right? So I'm gonna try to, you know, hold the mic a little closer, talk a little quieter. So
Erica, you want to come out?
Let's see. So this was last week. It was Jaime's week to edit, you know, so I got a little freedom, right? And I'm on my way home from work. A little shoddy hits me up, you know, to hang out and go eat, you know what I'm saying? And I'm like, yeah, you know, sure, by all means, you know.
You're not one to say no.
Nope. And I did have a lot of stuff to do that day, but you know, I was the hormones been raging a little bit, you know. Not that was my intention, you know.
Yeah, Chris has been consistently telling me he wants to get laid.
Feral. He's feral. Yeah, it's been bad. So we hang out. We we get some food. So that's where this kind of takes start here. We go to
Start, huh?
This is where it takes hold. What should I say?
That's where it starts off.
This is where it starts off, right? We go to pick up some food, right? We are at, I don't know if I should say specifically, but we're like in the Crossroads Shopping Center right here, out front of a food establishment, you know? And we had gone in, picked up the food because we called it in, and then we go back to my car, right? And she was like, I think before that, like when we were getting the food or something, because I asked her to hang out the week before on Friday night, but I asked her to hang out at like 10 p.m., which I realize sounds like really douchey, and I don't like mean it to be that way, but that's just the time I have. Like I was busy all week. I think that week I was editing, and so I was like super busy. And then I wanted to hang out after jiu-jitsu, and I wasn't gonna miss jiu-jitsu, so still a little douchey, but you know.
Yeah,
like it's not like you were
waiting.
Yeah, I wasn't free all day, and I was like, "Hey, you want to hang out at 10?" You know. Yeah. So she brought that up like when we were like getting food, and she was like, "You just want to fuck me?" I was like, "No," which
what?
You know, I wouldn't be opposed if you know it took place,
but it's not the sole purpose.
It wasn't the sole purpose. I actually wanted to hang out with this woman. And she's a cool person. And so then, like, when she said that, I was like, okay, now I'm kind of, like, shy. And, like, I don't want to make, like, any moves throughout this whole, like, hangout. Because she thinks that I'm just trying to, like, bang, you know? So I was like, I'm going to be really timid and, like, just wait to see if she, like, makes a move, you know? So that was earlier. And then we get the food, right? And we head back to the car. And when we were, like, I think when we got in the car, I don't know. She was, like, kind of being, like a fake attitude type of deal, you know?
Yeah.
like
very sassy.
Yeah, being sassy, right? And then she had told me, she was like, and to think, she's like, I was going to show you my tits right now. And I was like, what? Like, it was like the hardest, like there was no like transition. It was literally just like, what the fuck? What?
Wait, what?
Like, where did that come from? It was literally out of nowhere. Mm-hmm. I was like, what? And she was like, yeah. She's like, I'm an exhibitionist. We're sitting in my car at this point. I'm driver's seat. She's passenger.
You already picked
up
the food, right?
Yeah. She's like, I'm an exhibitionist. I was like, are you serious? She was like, yeah. And I was like, really? She's like, yeah. I was like, okay.
Well, I'm an audience.
And then she was like, take them out. And I was like,
Oh, you do it.
yeah.
Oh, okay.
And I was like, okay. And then she was wearing like a tank top kind of thing. So I like pulled the straps to the side, you know? And then she was just like, took them out, right? And it's broad daylight. Like, it's not nighttime. It's like 5 p.m. And like the car is parked like facing the sun in the sky. So it's like really bright. And there's like a lot of cars in the parking lot, you know? It's rush hour.
Mm-hmm.
And I was like so sketched out because I'm just like, well, what if a cop drives by? Like, what's gonna happen, you know?
Yeah.
But,
Or just
you
like
know,
anyone, like
I'm
an
not
elderly
gonna-
lady or
Yeah,
a kid.
exactly.
Yeah.
You know, it's very sketch.
This is not us.
Yeah, exactly. And this is especially like this is Jaime's worst nightmare right now
Yeah,
because
I'd be like, pull your shirt back up.
Jaime hates like public shame or anything like that. But I'm not gonna miss the opportunity.
Yeah,
You know what I'm saying?
I think I would really try hard to, but I would be
Exactly.
like clenching my ass cheeks like the whole time, you know? Just like,
I was scared. Like I was shaking. I was that like nervous. And then she takes him out, and she has some very like nice, large.
Mhm.
They're great breasts, right? So they're out.
what's the sizing on bras? Is that like double D's? They're big.
Oh, real quick, just to interrupt the podcast that you're just listening to, this will be a quick and only sponsor message for the day. We're sponsoring here Mosaic, Mosaic Apparel. They sell all types of different clothing from like shirts, sweaters, sweats, windbreakers now.
Mm-hmm. Sick ass windbreakers.
I think that's it, right? Soon to be hats and tank tops and all these kind of stuff.
They have a variety, so check them out.
Yeah, just look at the list. They're adding things every day, adding tons of designs every day.
Mhm.
I fucking scroll through my Instagram and there's a new design every day.
All the time, yeah.
Literally, it shits on our zero designs that we made for our merch.
Yeah,
So
it's great.
if you want something cozy in the meantime, we also have this hybrid collab that we did with them. Check out that shirt. And once you get your shopping cart kind of full with all these fucking different shit, especially
Mhm.
the collab,
Dripping.
okay, we have code COZY.
Mm-hmm.
Here it is flashing in 5 different
All
colors.
caps, COZY.
And if you use that and check out, that'll give you 10% off. And if you're a first-time buyer, you get an additional 10% off. So you're looking at, and if you're local, it's free shipping.
Oh yeah.
So you're
Doesn't get much better than that, you guys.
I mean, goddamn, what do you want him to do?
Fucking my first child?
Fix your sink when he's there, when he's delivering? So honestly, their shirts are like $25. With all those discounts, it's probably gonna end up 20, and it'll be there within a week. Especially the collab, go try to check that shirt out. That one's really cool. The whole fucking brand is owned by our friend and jiu-jitsu instructor Thiago Ricci.
Mm-hmm.
He's a Brazilian. He came over
business.
here.
Yeah.
It's a small local business, as Chris stated. And it's just getting started. So hope you guys kind of just go and support that. Go check it out. Just buy a fucking shirt and wear it. Repost it if you want. He'll repost it and all that stuff.
Oh yeah.
I think that's
All
it.
right.
So enjoy it. There will
Enjoy
be
the
no
show.
other fucking sponsors. And if you are complaining about this fucking sponsors that we're doing, there's only going to be more, bitch. How do you think we afford these lights and
only
these
a-
cameras?
Uh-huh.
Not with the sponsors, not yet. But, you know, eventually.
Yeah. If you know anybody that wants to sponsor us, someone hit us up.
Yep.
All right.
Bye.
Enjoy the show.
Enjoy.
Like the sizing for hers?
No. Just in general.
And see, it's confusing because I remember as a kid, you'd always say like double D's, and then that was supposed to be like the biggest thing. But then I feel like there's women who like, I wouldn't think they had double D's. No offense. But then they're like, oh, yeah, I have double D's. And I'm like, really? Like, I thought those were like huge.
I think
you
they're
know?
just getting bigger.
What do you mean?
I guess that doesn't make any sense, actually.
You know what's crazy? Let me finish the story first.
No, go.
Okay, I was just saying it's crazy because like when women get on birth control, like I think it's pretty common for their boobs to like
Yeah.
get bigger, and not like when you're on your period and they're kind of like inflated. Like they actually grow bigger. Isn't that
Yeah,
insane?
Yeah, like they'll stay.
Like no way you're like not in puberty anymore and your boobs are like going up a size.
do
It's
you,
kind of like a hack.
what do you think would happen if a guy took
I was gonna
puberty
say-
pills? You know?
puberty pills?
or in the wait, are there pills? Or puberty? I'm stupid.
Birth control?
Birth control pills. Sorry.
Well, I don't know. Like women's birth control?
Well, there is no men's. Well, I heard
I always
that there
see
were.
stuff online where it's like men's birth
It's
control.
been
coming
years though.
soon,
Like
you
I see
know?
that same headline for years.
Yeah, and
but I
I'm like,
do
but I
think
never hear anything. So
I do think there's gonna be a time coming.
let's get to that. Let me finish the story first.
Okay.
Okay. So yeah, she takes him out, right? And I take one look at her and I say, "Can I suck on him?" And she says yes. So I'm sucking on him, right? Okay, and before I did that, I took him out, I scanned the area, right?
Yeah.
And I'm like, okay, there's
So
cars.
you're still in the parking lot, right?
There's a lot of cars like around us. Yeah, in the parking lot. And I look like through all the windshields, and I'm like, okay, I think we're good, you know? And then so we do it, and then I ask that, and then I start sucking, and I'm sucking on him for a little bit. I'm sucking for a little bit, and then we start like kissing, and then she looks down in between my legs and sees my throbbing erection. Yeah. Right? She's like, oh, wow.
She's like,
She
just sees this, like...
I remember specifically, she was like, oh, wow, you're really hard right now. And I was like, yeah. Happens pretty easily with me, you know? And then she was like, take it out. And I'm like, okay. And I'm like starting to like undo my pants, and I look up, and okay, we're parked. Like, you know, in those big parking lots, like someone could park right in front of you and they're facing you. Like they're like, their car is less than like a foot away from you, right? Yeah. So it's not the one directly in front of me, but it's the one like directly in front of me to our left.
Okay, like diagonally
Yeah.
left.
And there's a truck there, right? So they're up above, you know, a little higher than my Nissan Sentra. And I look, and there's somebody in the driver's seat of the truck. And I was like, oh my fucking God.
Wait, do you think they've been there?
Yes. Because the truck had been there, but I just think I didn't look good enough. Yeah. Because there's like, dude, it was like a 20-second thing of like, they came out, I sucked them, we kissed, and then I looked back. Yeah. Like, no way someone came out. I would have heard the door, you know? And I was like, oh my God. And I was like, there's fucking somebody right there. And she just starts like laughing. And I was like, okay, we're leaving. And I just backed up and I left. That's the end of the story.
We're so scared, huh?
I was just, dude. Oh my God. And then I was just shaking. I was shaking for like 20 minutes after that. Because I was like, dude, that was just so gnarly. And I just haven't done something like that in such a long time.
You're like, what's his name? Hank in the elevators?
Like Chuck in the printer store. Dude, but it was gnarly. And I don't know. Because I used to do stuff like that. Like being in a relationship. I used to do stuff like that, being in a relationship, and like I look back on those memories and I'm like, that's so hot. Like I miss doing that, you know? So I think when she brought that up, I was like so excited, but also like so nervous, you know, like so uncomfortable. And then seeing that truck, I was just like, Jesus fucking Christ.
Who did you see?
Like,
who was in it?
Definitely saw it. It was a man.
Watching.
It was a man. I think. Okay, and he was like backlit, right? Because the sun, like he's parked facing us, and the sun is behind his car.
Oh, so they're really on you.
Yes, and we're facing the sun,
Yeah.
and like I don't have any tint on my windows or anything, you know. And I'm just like, bro, he saw everything, and I'm sure he's probably like, oh wow, you know.
Yeah.
Like I'm just assuming, you know. If it was me, I'd be like, holy shit,
Like, what is going on?
I'd stay to watch, and then I'd start recording probably.
Yeah, just for the pod.
Anyways, yeah, that's your fucking worst nightmare. I thought that. I was like, dude, Jaime would die in that situation. Just 'cause
Yeah,
you
I
hate
think
that
I'd
shit.
accidentally like put it in drive instead of reverse. Just in a
Oh
rush.
my God. I have a little side story too that reminds me of one night. It was like 11 p.m. or so. One of my friends, who is a woman, she called me and she was like, hey, I'm pretty drunk right now. Can you come pick me up from this bar? And I was like, yeah. And then I go to pick her up, right? And I get in her car because she drove there. And I'm in the driver's seat.
Wait, how are you in our car now? Where would you do with your car?
It's in the parking lot.
Okay.
Yeah, it was a whole thing.
I'm confused, but you just go.
I drove to the bar,
And
parked my car, and then got in her
Oh.
car because she was like in her car already, in the passenger seat.
Yeah.
And then she was there like with her mom at the bar, right? But they drove separately for some reason.
Real quick, can I do a side note real quick?
Yeah.
What would you do if I called you and I said, Chris, I need your help. I'm like 6 minutes away from your house.
Uh-huh.
And I send you my location. And you get there. And we're in like the back roads.
Uh-huh.
And I had like, you know what? Just keep it safe. I didn't have anything to drink, you know?
Uh-huh.
But there's like a 5-year-old kid just dead right there in front of my car.
And I said, Chris, I think if we move fast, we could get rid of this and go. What are you doing? Hey, wait, before you answer, think of the pod.
See, it's fucked, but that's the first thing that came into my head. Was like, dude, if you go to jail, the pod's done. You know, it's done.
Especially for that rap.
Oh yeah, no, there's it's 20 years probably.
Yeah.
You know, give or take. I would turn you in so fucking quick, dude. Oh my god, I would get your phone while you're not looking. I'm like, yeah, go in my trunk. I'll tell you what, there's a rug.
Yeah.
Go get it.
I tell you what.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And I'd take your phone. I'd call the police. Like, come to this fucking address. This is a fucking dead kid. And then I'd leave your phone like on your hood, and you wouldn't notice.
Yeah, of course.
Because they stay on the line. They don't hang up.
Yeah.
You know, if you hang up, they call you back. So, not that I would know, but I'd leave the phone. Once you get the rug, I'd fucking run to the car I started. I'm out of there. Sport mode. You know what I'm saying?
Do you try to save the kid? Like, you don't know if he's actually dead yet.
No, I'd leave you to deal with that.
God.
That's insane, man.
Dude, that's
That's
intense.
traumatic.
I think
as
I'd be
fuck.
so, like, oh my God. Hitting a kid. I remember there was one time when I was, like, in the car of, like, my sister's van, or my van, my mom's van. It's like one of those sliding ones. Remember we used to have it? It was gold. It's like a gold van that slides. And we're in the Bay Area. And, like, the Bay Area has, like, some crazy narrow roads and pretty traffic-like.
Yeah.
I remember, like, I opened the door and, like, I almost just jumped out, but then I didn't. And, like,
While
a car...
she's driving?
No. We just parked. Sorry. I forgot about that. We parked, and it's time to get out. But, like, I get out, like, quick. Like, no hesitation.
Yeah.
But I almost did, and I didn't. And then a car just, like, zoomed past me. And I was just like...
Jesus.
Wow, I could really just, like...
Just die.
You know? But I'm thinking that when I'm driving a lot now. Just that story of, like... A kid could just, like, kick a ball and go, you know?
I think
or just
it crosses,
run around.
Yeah. I think it crosses my mind a lot, like, how easily you can hit and kill somebody. Like, that, because just how much I'm on my phone when I drive, it's just bad, you know? And I'm going fast, and I'm just, like, it's just so normal to me now. And every time I'm doing it, I just, like, I think, like, this is so irresponsible. And then I just keep doing it, you know? But I'm just, like, if I hit a kid, like, what the fuck would I do?
Like,
or just anybody, you know? Because they're getting fucked, and I'm on my phone, you know?
Yeah.
And, like, what excuse is there on the open road for me just, like, plowing somebody, you know?
Do you think if you did hit someone and then they did see that you were on your phone, do you think you'd say, like, oh, I was on my phone? Or do you think it'd be like, oh, I just fucking
God,
missed?
man.
Because,
Yeah,
like,
I think I try to lie.
I think I would
No
want to
way
tell.
you'd
I'm like,
admit it, right?
I'm such, like, a truth teller, but at the same time, like, the adult in me is like, it's not going to help me, and it's not going to help him, you know?
Yeah, it's not going to change the situation.
Yeah, it's just going to give me less insurance, I guess, like, on
Yeah,
that guy.
I think most people would claim that, right? And be like, the sun was so strong, or, you know, something like that, right?
I was still defrosting my beers in the
Dude,
summer.
That's bad, too.
Yeah, like, it's bad.
That's bad, too. Dude, summer's in the air, man. Like,
Yeah.
today's the first, like, warm day I think we've had, like, since the summertime, you know?
Yeah.
Fall, whatever. God damn. And I feel like it just changes, like, your mentality. At least me. I feel like I've heard people talk about the, like, seasonal depression.
Yeah.
I think it's called seasonal affective disorder is, like, the proper name. But I don't think I have that. But I think this is, like, the first winter where I felt, like, pretty affected, like, by the coldness, you know?
You're so long.
And maybe it's because I'm single now, and it's like, I don't know, I'm just alone with my stress, you know? And then when it gets so dark so early, and it's just cold, and, like, dude, I feel like this winter's, like, it felt like the longest one in, like, a long time.
Yeah,
I'm
I'm interested to see if the summer's going to be very long and hot.
Yeah, you keep saying that.
I don't know why I mention that every time.
It'll be a hot one.
It's just going to be a hot one, you know?
That's been, like, my fucking phrase all winter.
Yeah. And I think what you're saying is right, because I think I've always kind of had a person to, like, be with, in a sense, in the winter.
Yeah.
Like, if it's not my girlfriend, it's like a friend, and then, like, at least you kind of, like, are together and stuff. But this winter, especially more just, like, the back end of everything, it's just fucking went through all the way to April, you know?
Yeah.
It's just, like, no one. So it's like, wow. You know, you're just waiting for summer now, because at least no one's hugging you. The sun is, you know?
Yeah. And I remember, like, you and our other friends telling me, because, you know, I was taken for 3 years, and they were like, dude, just be careful, because, like, cuffing season's coming up, you know? Like, it's gonna be tough. I was like, whatever, you know? Like, but, you know, because we broke up in the fall, so I was like, fuck it, you know, I'll be fine. It's been bad. It's been rough, dude. It's been tough.
Do you want to go back to your story?
Yeah, fuck it. So, yeah, I got in her car, right? I pull up to the bar, And she was there with her mom for some reason. I don't know why they drove separately and why they were leaving separately. But, yeah, I get in her car, and then her mom, like, starts walking out of the bar. And she was like, she can't see you. Like, leave right now. And I was like, okay. And I put her car in drive. Or in reverse, because there's like a curb in front of us. We have to reverse out. I put it in reverse, and it's like rolling forwards. And I was like, what the fuck? And I'm like pressing on the brake, but the brake's like locked up, so it's like not braking fully, and we're just slowly going like, and it's like a downhill like parking spot, and it's like a curb and then grass. I'm like, dude, oh my god, what the fuck? Yeah. And I think I like put it back in park, and then it stopped, and then I put it back in reverse, and it's rolling forward again, and we roll all the way forward to the curb, and it was just like the most hectic thing because I could see her mom like walking towards us. Yeah. And of course she knows like her daughter's car, you know. We're just like, fuck, like what are you doing? I was like, I don't know. Like, why is it not going backwards?
Slap her?
Shut up! I don't know, bitch.
Shut your goddamn mouth.
You shut your whore mouth. Oh my god. But long story short, the car wasn't on. But I'm like, if the car's not on, why the fuck? Okay, the car wasn't on, but like, you know how you could turn your car like half on to where you could like roll the windows down and shit? It was like that, but it wasn't on. I'm like, why is the car letting me put it in fucking... Why is it letting me shift if it's not on? You know? Like, strange, right? I think it's kind of locked unless it's like on. Yeah. But it fucking... You hear the voice crack? No. Oh. But, yeah. And it was like the fucking most hectic shit.
So what, did the mom catch you?
No, she ended up catching us. I don't know how. I think she's probably faded. Garden
you
car
just
and
see her
drove
mom
home.
get in the car and her car...
Jesus Christ. But yeah, I'm really hyped for the summer though. Yeah, I feel like all day my mentality's just been different. I tried to take a nap too, and my house was so goddamn hot already. Yeah. It's not even that hot. It's like 80 degrees today, you know? And I couldn't even sleep because I was just sweating dicks. And then you have a blanket on. I was just like, god damn.
Yeah, I have my fan in my car because I was going to put it in the storage, but now it's
fan?
Like a little mini fan. You know that white one that goes hard?
Oh, yeah.
But
why are you putting it in storage when summer's coming?
Well, no. It's been in there for like a couple months, you know?
Are you taking it out of storage?
I was going to put it in storage, and then I realized...
Oh, it's been in your car.
It's been for a while, so then I'm like, okay, well, we can go back home, you know? But I got to switch it. Now I got the heater, so I'm going to... Oh. It feels good, though, like switching that out.
Did you have it on in the car?
No.
Oh, I thought you were going to say you're using it in the car.
Same energy.
So if there was male birth control, would you take it?
Yeah. As long as it's not like a side effect as long as it's not as like has as many side effects as birth control does.
Yeah.
We were just talking about birth control too. We were saying like,
was it me and you?
Yeah, in and out.
Were we?
Yeah, in and out. We were saying how when people say like when girls say like they're not on birth control, it's like, holy shit, that's scary.
It's scary,
you
man.
know?
Yeah.
But then when we say when they are on it, we like, or at least I said, I was like,
oh yeah,
like, I feel kind of bad because I'm like, it's pretty fucked like a lot of times, you know, or just different. Like it's definitely affecting you in one way or the other.
It's fucked because it's such like a sigh of relief, I feel like, when they are on it, because you're like, okay, that's like double safety, you know, if you're using a condom.
Like so much more safety.
Yeah, and then you're just so much more inclined to just raw dog it too, you know, which is nice. But I lost my train of thought. Oh no, it's just fucked that they're going through it, like you said.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's fucked. Like I remember my ex got on it, like she wasn't always on birth control, like she got on it like mid relationship, and I remember it fucked her up. Like the side effects were pretty fucked, and like I remember we went on a hike once. One of the side effects was like shortness of breath, and like if your heart rate goes up, you like can't breathe. And when we were on that hike, she was like dying the whole time. It felt so bad. Like,
oh, that Pinecrest hike, huh?
Yeah.
I just don't think she's conditioned.
Yeah, it's fucked. And I remember me and Diego talking about it for some reason. We were talking about birth control. Yeah. And if we would be on it, and both of us were like, no, it just fucks with your body too much. Like, I would not want to be on it. Yeah. I think me and Issa were talking about it too, and she was like saying the same thing.
Especially like a lot of girls will just take it once they're kind of like 15. I feel like, you know, like 14, 15, 16, like that's when they start. So like think how long they've been on it, you know?
Yeah.
Like, you don't really remember before how you were, you know?
There's this girl I follow on Instagram, and it's funny because like one of my like friends from high school, I think she posted a story with her. I was like, damn, that chick's pretty banging. So that's like the only reason I followed her. And then I was stalking her page.
Double down.
And she has giant breasts, right? And then I was stalking her page, and like just a couple years ago, like her boobs were like so much smaller. And I was like, that has to be birth control, right? Like there's no other explanation for that.
I mean, I'm sure there's like some like slight, not
Where they get bigger.
like if they generally look the same size and it's just their boobs.
She looks a little bit heftier.
I think that's probably birth control.
Maybe a
Because
little bit
like
of
I feel
both.
like it would be proportion if you gain weight.
But then they also
and
gain weight with birth control too. Like
Yeah,
it's a
so
common
it's like-
side effect, I think.
Yeah.
That's the most educated people talking about
Yeah.
this. Oh
Um,
my god.
do you think you would take male birth control if either one, it reduces your hairline by half an inch,
Wow.
or it reduces your dick like size when it's hard by an inch?
I wouldn't do either of those if those were fucking.
But it's like 100% effective, and that's
And
the
I
only
could
side
just
effect.
leave it in, just nut.
like your kids are dying as it shoots out.
I've never done that, ever.
Really?
I've done it with the condom on, like.
Yeah, he
unloaded.
always does that with a condom. I mean, that's safe, but like,
No, okay, now I do it a lot, but I used to just pull out every time still with the condom on, and you'd be like, Chris, like that's the point of a condom. You just.
I
leave
mean,
it in.
that's not the best advice, guys. it's just a Chris.
Oh, now that the cameras are rolling, it's all fucking different. God.
I mean, I would only do it every once in a while. It's just nice.
Like raw, right?
yeah, of course.
Raw dog.
Yeah. It was just nice because like there's just so many reasons. It's like one, it's like you
Dude,
don't
used to do it all the time. I
Used
would
to-
always be like, I nutted inside blank last night. And
I
was
think
like,
it was
seriously?
I think I
And
did it
you're
with
like,
my
yeah,
first relationship, right? A lot.
I think he's just. Are we
Really?
gonna get specific here? I don't think we need to.
Yeah, but I don't know. Did I? Maybe.
And
But
just to be fair, he wasn't just like without telling the woman, just like, just nutting.
yeah, it was
she
like
would be like, come in me,
Jesus.
right?
Yeah, well, it would just be like mutual. Yeah, like or she would say it.
Yeah.
Or I mean, I generally don't say it, but I just need like a little
Yeah.
push, and then I'm like, oh yeah.
You know what I was
Like,
thinking? You put the clip here.
And then me and Life's like, all right, we're going to go skate. You know, so we
You
go
said it like
outside,
that.
and
I
we
said, let's go
fucking-
skate.
I know. I'm like, yeah. No, just kidding.
You know what I was thinking today at work? Okay, not because I would like this. It just came up when I was like walking.
So
to
when
work.
you were
No, stop.
so when you were with
Stop
kids,
it.
you were
Stop
thinking
it.
about
It
your
wasn't
sex and
while I was
past
working. Okay,
Interesting.
I just
Was it when you were changing
specifically-
diapers?
It specifically was while I was walking from my car to work. I thought, oh, you know why I thought it too? It's because we have those trees that smell like semen, and I smelled it, and then I thought of Central Valley podcast.
Shut up.
He always posts like reels and shit saying like, why does the Central Valley have all these trees that smell like cum? And I always think like it's just so disgusting when he says cum. Like I don't know why, not him specifically, but it's just like is there any good word for like semen? That's not like gross. I don't know. To me, when people say cum, I'm like it's just so gross.
The white
You're
sea.
like, that's pretty good.
Yeah.
Nice euphemism.
Yeah,
know?
you could say that at church.
The white seed, the
The-
good Lord seed.
Ooh, yeah. I said seed, but seed is probably.
Oh,
I mean,
seed. That's how they
sea
say it
is-
in the Bible, right?
That he split the Red Sea.
Well, I think when they say you're not supposed to masturbate, they're like you're not supposed to spill your own seed, right? I never read it.
Yeah, I've never seen it.
How much did you go to church as a child?
Actually, yeah. When you were saying that, I was like, okay, because I didn't go at all. Like when I was younger, at all.
Uh-huh. Especially if my sister's light's still on, but these lights are just so fucking bright I can't tell.
Beside like a couple of times for like weddings or something like that.
Uh-huh.
God, I just remember they used to be so long. Remember that?
Yeah.
Like, you go to a
my
wedding.
God.
But you know what I love?
They're like Catholic ones?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I loved when they had that thing to put your knees.
Yeah.
It's always like so soft and like fun to just be on.
I
You
have
know?
a story about that.
Go.
When I was with my ex still too, I went to a wedding like of her family members, but she was in the wedding, right? And I remember she was like, I was like, do I need to go to like the ceremony or should I just go to the reception? She's like, I think it would be good if you went to the ceremony just to show the family like you're really about it, you know? And I was like, all right, fuck it. But I didn't know anybody, really, because like I would never see her family and shit. And so I go. It's all in Spanish, not one word of English, So I'm just like, okay, and like barely understanding anything. And then I never fucking go to church, right? Like I'm atheist as shit.
Mm-hmm.
My family never went. And when they did that part, like during the ceremony to put the knee thing down,
Oh yeah.
like I didn't know to put the knee thing down. I didn't even know it was a thing.
Yeah.
I thought it was for your feet, like while you're sitting there. And I didn't put mine down. and I was just knees on the floor, and I remember being like so low, and everybody else was like so high up, and then I think I realized like halfway through, I was like, "Fuck!" I was so embarrassed because I'm the only white guy. Like everybody knows I'm lost already because it's all Spanish.
And people
you know?
behind you for sure.
Oh yeah, behind is bad, you know. And then there was one part too. I think you're supposed to shake hands with everybody around you, and it's in Spanish. So I was like I didn't know, and then they all stood up. And I was like, "Oh fuck, okay," you know.
What would you say?
I don't know. You're supposed to say something.
Well, I mean, like, like a general hola, ¿cómo estás? Or hola.
But it wasn't like that. It wasn't like, oh, say hi to them. It was
just shake
it
their
was
hands.
probably something like, oh, like love your neighbor or some shit, and like shake their hands. You know?
It's
It was like part of the ceremony.
Shake the hands of the people you hate, your enemies. And then you're like,
How the hell are you? The firmest handshake. They're like,
oh.
yeah, I'm very fucking embarrassed because I was like, God damn it, you know?
I
Just
can't-
so lost.
I can't remember if I enjoyed taking those little. Oh, okay. No, this is
The little
more.
chip things.
Yeah, I don't know if I did. Did you do that at weddings?
I don't think so.
Yeah. So
I think it's a church service thing.
yeah, I'm kind of getting my
And my ring
wires
wire's gone.
crossed. Oh, thank
So that's
God!
good,
'Cause
'cause my leg's
Jesus.
resting on top of. Can you see it? I think there's a little like scar kind of thing going on.
No, it's not active.
No, it's not. It's dry. Yeah, it's dry as
Oh
hell.
wow, that's bright. Anyways, so I didn't go when I was younger, like I said, unless it was like those instances.
Yeah.
Like my family, I don't know. I wasn't old enough to even understand like I don't know why they didn't go, but it didn't look like they were that religious.
Yeah.
Like I'm sure they had like like the typical like praying before you drive and like still think of God in your head, but like not actually like routinely going,
Mhm.
you know. And then we started going when I was like 15, I think, because one of my sisters, her boyfriend at the time, was like really into the church, and
Oh.
I think we've talked about
Is he
this on
still
the pod.
around or no?
No.
Okay.
And he was like really into the church and like pretty active and stuff like that. So obviously, like, like he would kind of talk about it in front of us and all that stuff. So that was
he
like
probably
kinda,
got so much approval from your parents, like to date your sister.
yeah, like if they're
They're
really
like, oh, fuck yeah, date
yeah,
this
like
guy.
you seem like a good guy, you know. So sorry, we're getting off subject. So yeah, we got closer, and he would like invite us to the church, right?
Uh-huh.
So we'd go every once in a while, and then like just kind of got more and more into it. I remember I joined his Bible study group.
Oh shit.
That was nuts. We would meet at Mr. T's.
Oh
And we
wow.
would get like a donut and like a milk, and then we
That's
would
how they
like,
get you.
they get you. My donut was like, oh yeah. and but it was cool. The thing about the Bible that I think is nice, I guess, especially if it's just kind of like you, or maybe
Yeah.
just a couple homeboys,
Mm-hmm.
is that like for the most part, I mean, in general, like I feel like it's all positive. I feel like
Yeah.
I'm not like a crazy big Bible person, so I'm sure maybe there are some things that are like sus,
Yeah.
but for the most part, like you can kind of use that, and even if you don't believe in like God, I feel like you could still use it as like a guide.
Yeah.
But like that's just what like any other book. I think the cool part of the Bible is though is like it's fucking huge, so it's like a crazy like story, novel.
Yeah.
So I think that's what's like interesting about it. But like I feel like there is like every page, and if you're getting like led by someone who has like a positive outlook in life and stuff like that, he'll convert those pages into like a really good life lesson. So I think that was important for my youth and like growing up and stuff
Oh,
like
wow.
that,
Yeah.
like just learning those lessons and like kind of getting like a good moral compass in a sense. And it also kind of like showed me like to be brave even like in these weird circumstances, because like it's like these guys at like Bible study, and like obviously people are just getting their coffee, or
Yeah.
I remember there was like a couple times where like people would come up to like the group and like kind of like ask about it a little bit more, and then like they would walk, like one guy would just go outside with him.
So
and try
the
to talk
whole
to
thing
about
would be at Mr. T's, like just vibing.
yeah, like it'd be just like 5-6 of us,
Oh wow.
They were all older. I mean, I was just like the only younger one. So that's how I got started, and then like just going to the church, and then I was actually the first in my family to get baptized, like voluntarily.
really?
Yeah.
At what
I
age?
don't know.
At what age?
I don't know.
Oh.
There's somewhere around
But you
there.
were
I'm sure,
older,
like
right? Like
16.
you weren't a baby.
Yeah, no,
Oh
no.
shit.
Yeah, I was nuts. I mean, I don't know. Like I just at the time, I guess I was like,
Damn.
I
Eagles
felt-
for Christ and shit.
Damn.
Damn.
That's how they get you. That's how it started. But yeah, it was crazy. It was cool. It was just like it felt like a cool thing, like felt like a nice thing to do. Like,
Yeah.
I didn't do it for anyone. Like I didn't do it for like approval or anything. Like I didn't care. I just did it because like I felt like I wanted to do it.
Mm-hmm.
And then then I kind of just stopped going. And I was like,
Yeah. I don't know how to say this with it being kind of discreet, but like to keep it discreet. But I've been working in like a Christian setting.
Oh, okay.
A lot lately. And so I've been hearing like a lot about the Bible and like just their ideologies and shit. And the more I hear it, the more I'm like, it is so positive, you know? Like it's so like comforting almost, because it's like I could have hit a child with my car, you know, and still come back to like God, and he like forgives everybody, you know?
Yeah.
And it just seems so solid. And then the people there seem so nice too, you know? Like they're all just like, good morning, like I'll see you tomorrow or whatever. Like they're just really like friendly and stuff. But then I just know so many like white Christians who are so fucking like, they're just so judgmental too, you know? Like on the surface they're really nice and stuff, but then like one, there's just like no depth in my experience. Like I don't know, it's just so surface level and shit, and I just can't connect with those people. And then two, but mind you, like these are all older people that I'm kind of talking about. Like I've never really known people who are like our age and like Christian as fuck.
Yeah.
Well, maybe some of your like, you know, boring ass friends. Just kidding.
Yeah, I think like I've definitely met a couple of like probably more than you that are like 20 years old and stuff like that.
Sure.
And, like, yeah, sure, some of them like have like square tendencies, or I'm like, come on, but at the
Yeah.
same time, like they seem chilling, you know, like they seem like
Yeah.
more control than me, that's for sure.
Yeah. I feel like the Catholics is where it's at. You know?
Because then you can be with the
Because-
kids, like how you want to be.
I think I saw a news headline today saying that like a Catholic
Oh, like
priest was like taking advantage of children.
I saw a headline
Did you see
today
that?
that was saying like stories uncovered, like or you know, like discovered that there was like 60 years of like child abuse covered up throughout the Catholic Church.
Oh yeah. And
Oh,
it's always Catholic. It's never really Christian,
I don't-
right?
I'm gonna bleep this name.
Yeah, that's where I saw
That's
it.
yeah, there it is.
Yeah. Yeah, I saw it.
Yeah.
She was like so sad, and I was like, "This is fucked, man."
Yeah, it's
Like
fine.
this is supposed to be like this
Well, it's
warm,
just like-
comforting place, and it's the opposite of that. You know?
Especially kids, and especially it's like
Yeah.
you said, it's supposed to probably be like your last saving
Yeah,
grace.
because you
Literally.
can't go there. Like, where else do you go?
And
Therapy?
it's like when you lose that child's trust there, it's like you know how hard it is for a kid to like trust anything again.
It's just crazy, man. Like, how are you a priest? And how, like, I want to know like what goes through like the priest, pastor, whatever the fuck they're called.
Yeah.
Like, I want to know what goes on in your head to where you like rationalize this, and you're like, you know what, this is okay, and like God would be okay with this, you know? Because I'm like,
Yeah, I
you
feel like
know
part of
the
me
word, you know?
part of me thinks like they don't think it's okay, and like they probably
They just
just
can't
live with
stop.
like self-hate in a sense, you know?
You know what I did learn? It's gonna get a little dark here for a second.
Sure.
I took a child abuse and neglect class in college,
Uh-huh.
and we learned about like pedophiles pretty much, and like what they said in the class was like, if they're like a true pedophile who's like about it, you know,
Jesus. Like an OG real one.
They like, yeah, like, you know, the kind you'd share.
Like
your,
don't fucking just talk about it. Like
be,
do it.
Be about it. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? No, but it's a joke. But yeah, the ones that are like, you know, serious about it, they like put themselves into like lifestyles where they're around kids, you know, so they have that access.
So like they're really about it. Like they're like hitman.
teachers- Like if you think about the typical, yeah, like pedophiles, there's like teachers, especially like gym teachers is like a really common one they were talking about. Like religious figures like that. Coaches for like, you know, game like football and shit. Especially it seems like football's a big one.
You always said you wanted to be a high school running coach too.
I do say that a lot.
Okay, keep going.
It's kind of faded though, just because I don't run as much anymore. I don't have that same like passion, you know.
Yeah, but I mean, if we were to get,
I think it'd be fun. I think if I
Yeah,
had the
it'd be cool.
time, I'd be like, fuck yeah, you know.
yeah, it's a lot of time. It's a lot of time with like no reward besides the kids.
And imagine saying that on a date. Like, yeah, I'm a volunteer high school running coach. You know.
Yeah, it's nice.
I don't know if it'd be good or bad, but
They're like, that's it.
volunteer. Huh?
No passive income. People nowadays. So what's your growth?
What's your
annual
side
growth?
hustle?
Like, are they going to college or something? Are you getting scouted?
I don't really get what you're putting down here. But yeah, it was like interesting. I mean, they went so much more in depth, and I'm probably not describing this well, but yeah, and they told like certain stories. Like there was this one football coach, I don't remember his name, but he was like I think he coached in like the NFL, but then he had this like charity kind of thing where it was like it's pretty fucked because they're like impoverished kids who like, you know, underprivileged. And it was like this program where like they gave him like a shot to like get some really good coaching, and he was the coach and like all this shit. But then he would like take him to the showers and like take advantage of him and shit. And he has like
Jesus.
hella cases and stuff. And it was like on like talk TV shows, like they were like talking about it, and he like called in. He was like denying the shit out of it still.
Yeah,
He's like some
shit.
60-year-old dude, like old ass fucking guy. It was terrifying, dude. Honestly, it was like sickening, like,
Yeah.
hearing about it. I was like, Jesus Christ.
Probably wrap it up soon, that topic.
Yeah,
But
a little dark.
it's crazy because, yeah, like, remember that whole, like, it was like the gymnast teacher for like the Olympics, I believe, like, or the doctor, I believe.
Yeah.
And I think there was like tons of cases, and this is like at like the highest level. And I mean, it's just like, it's just all over the place, I guess. Like, it's like, it could be a priest,
Yeah.
it could be like a coach. It's just like bad people do bad things, you know?
I think the scary part is to think, like, how many of these people, how many of, like, just the general population are, like, into that, but they don't act on it, you know? Like, that's scary, too.
Yeah.
And then they're just watching, like, I'm assuming, like, child porn and stuff.
Oh, like as a, like a.
Like, they're not going to act
medium?
on it, but they're, like, you know, they have that, like, desire.
Yeah, I mean, that it's like that if the opportunity arises, like, who knows if they could stop themselves, you know?
Yeah. Let's get off this topic.
Yeah,
I
it's
work with
fucking
kids. I
crazy.
can't do this.
Yeah, and
this is a bad look. Okay, I was thinking this earlier.
If I could, I would.
Like, do you think you'll ever go bald?
I hope not. Okay, so I was looking at my
Do you
dad's.
see it in your future?
Because here's a picture of my dad, right?
Okay.
His hair.
Goofy ass move. I'm just kidding. I love
His-
your dad, man.
His hair was looking. I mean, he's 60,
Mm-hmm.
but his hair was kind of like to like just like here, but it doesn't look bad. Like it doesn't look
Wait,
like.
so his hairline has receded? Like,
Yeah,
from
and it's thin,
Oh, okay.
but it's like thicker here.
Yeah.
But it doesn't, for some reason, and I don't know if it's just because of my dad. It doesn't look like you should let that go.
it looks like, okay, you're rocking it.
Like it looks like, okay, well, like you're rocking with what you got left,
yeah.
you know. And so it gives me a lot of hope. But ever since I've known him, you know, when I was 12,
Yeah.
ever since like, you know,
He's been balding.
I think so, you know, like this is gonna be real quick here. See, look at this is the picture we just took, and it's gonna be on your screen, like this.
Uh-huh.
It's looking kind of rough there.
What does his hair look like? Or it's fake? Like, it looks like it's so, like...
like white
Yeah,
and just
white
on
it
top.
is. Maybe it's my glasses.
It's crazy because from this angle, I can actually see what he looked like bald.
But
like-
he looks just like you, man. Jaime looks just like both of his parents. It's insane. Like,
Yeah, that's
Like,
really nuts.
he looks 100% like his dad and like 75% like his mom.
We're gonna put a picture up, but it's like a picture of my parents were like a little bit younger,
Mm-hmm.
and it's just nuts because like I try to dissect like what I have of each person's,
Mm-hmm.
and like you said, I just have like a little bit of everyone's, like a little bit of both. of them,
Yeah.
you know, you definitely look like more like your dad, but I think you have
Really?
some of your. I think you have like your dad's like strong features.
I have his
Like his
smile,
butt
his
chin,
nose,
his nose.
the cleft chin.
My dad has a butt chin actually,
Really?
and I think if
You
I
know-
shave, like you could kind of see it.
I don't think you should ever shave your face again. I'm gonna be honest. You
Here's
just
a-
look so like, it's just so weird when you shave it.
I think I look like human Shrek.
What?
You know when Shrek turns into a human?
Yeah. No, don't flatter yourself, bud. I'm just kidding.
Like that vibe. It's just too raw. Like it's just there, and I think I just have like a circle face, and I don't have like a cut jawline. It's just
Mhm.
not working for me. But I think with the beard, it's like I have something going.
Do you think that facial hair belongs on my face in any way, shape, or form?
I think
Like my type of facial hair.
I think from your hero Adolf Hitler, I think that's the only one you could pull off.
A Hitler stash? Jesus. My hero?
I think the only way is if you grow like a gnarly mustache, but your top hair has to be like really cool,
This hair?
like
Like suave, like
something
comb over,
like something
something.
not like something cool, and then the stash is just like a good little addition.
Compliments.
You know?
What if I like wax the tips of it? Or no?
I think it would really fun. I think it'd be fun. I just don't think it'd be you.
I remember, yeah, it wouldn't be me. You're right. I saw this guy. He was my cousin's friend, and we were like snowboarding one time. And he was like probably our age now, like when I saw him. And yeah, he was blonde, just like me, like same hair color, and he had like a long mustache like that, and it was waxed on the tips. And it was like, I don't remember what kind of hair he had. I think he's wearing a beanie because we're snowboarding, so I didn't really see. But I just remember thinking like, that mustache looks pretty sick, you know? Like if you could really pull it off, you could do it. But
I think it's pretty. Every time I see someone with that kind of like like that little mustache thing, I think it's always like really cool. Like
it's crazy because I'm always hesitant to do like drastic kind of looks because I'm like work. Like it's always a thing I think of when I'm like, I want to grow my hair out. I'm like, fuck, like it's gonna be like shitty at work, you know? I want to do a mustache, but like, oh, it's gonna suck growing a mustache at work. Just I don't know why, because I'm just like, I guess I hold those people's like opinions highly or something. I don't know. I feel like I have to look. Ew.
wait,
See, that's how I don't want to look.
this is my manager. One of my managers. I mean, I think he knows the pod about the pod, so hopefully he doesn't watch. He's never watched any of them. He's never watched any of them. You're not gonna watch it.
Oh God. All right,
But
fuck it.
dude,
I
he
don't
looks
care.
really like you. Like his hairstyle, like his hair texture is exactly like yours. From when it was short to when it was long, like it grew exactly like yours.
Can I see his actual eyes? Like his whole normal face?
I mean, I don't know. This is just one that he's
What the
done.
fuck are you?
It's because it's going with the song.
Okay, I see it a little bit now.
But I'm saying like that's what yours would look like. But do you see how you need like a gnarly hairstyle to complement it? You know. But I feel like you
I
guys
don't
are
like that
exactly the
stash
same.
though.
But I think that's what yours would look like.
That's exactly how it would look.
Right?
Well, I had facial hair grown out for a minute,
Yeah.
and I don't even think my mustache got that thick though. Like I think in maybe like 5 years it'll be that thick.
Overlapping.
Yeah. See, my dad's is like that. Like it's so thick,
Yeah.
like bushy, like huge. But I don't think. Yeah, mine's just real thin, you know. And I remember it felt nice when I would like line it up before. Like I would line it up a little bit
Yeah, like it looks cool
and
because
trim it, because when it got like too long, it just looked like shit. You know?
I think like right now with the glasses and the hair you have right now, like even just like a nice cozy stash would be kind of cool. You know?
I shaved my face the other day and left the stash, but it's just so short. It's like I don't know if you probably don't even notice.
No,
you
like
know?
it looks a little bit thicker than normal.
It's just so blonde. I hate how like bleach blonde it is. You know?
You know what I
It's
don't
like my hair's not even bleach blonde. Like maybe right here a little bit, but like my facial hair is like bleach blonde. Like what kind of fucking sick joke is this?
You know what I don't like of Chris's? Sorry, I fucking throw everything in it.
Okay, well
Like-
I'm coming back at you with something. Okay, I'll do one better. I'm just kidding.
Like how it's dark and thick right here.
And the rest is just bleach
Like it
blonde.
just doesn't make sense.
Yeah, it doesn't.
Like
match,
it doesn't make
which
any
is
sense.
Fucking annoying.
You know?
It's like I can't even have like a beard stash kind of connection because the stash is like white and then my fucking beard's brown.
Do you remember when I just had the chin? I think I talked about this before, but like I just had the chin for the longest.
Really?
And it was crazy because
Oh,
like
in high school, yeah.
now that I think about it, like no one was doing that.
Mm-mm.
Like no one had just the chin. You know? It was
Yeah.
kind of cool because I would even
Yeah.
sometimes like I would even sometimes it wouldn't connect high, but I would just like leave this poke like spike a little bit. You know?
No.
It's like so gnarly.
Yeah, I hella forgot about that.
And I never thought about it as
You look
anything
good with
crazy.
a beard though. You have a nice beard.
Thank you.
Bro, that's like Jaime's most fucking. Whenever we're going out, he's always concerned about his beard. Like,
Yeah.
Hold on, I gotta trim my beard, and it takes him extra like fucking 30 minutes just to get ready. Cause he's like, I do trim my beard.
And I always ask him like, "How's it look?" He's like, "The same."
Literally every time, like it fucking looks.
You don't
exactly the same. You know what's hella funny is when we're gonna go somewhere, like we're getting ready to leave somewhere, right? And Jaime goes, "Fuck!" And I say, "What?" He says, "I can't find my purse."
Yeah.
You just say it so like seriously.
Yeah.
It's just a purse. It's a fucking merce.
Chris had it in his fucking car, and I was looking for it all day. It's like,
Oh,
God
it's
damn
still
it.
in my car.
Yeah, I gotta remember
Well,
to take that.
It might be stolen because it's been on my floor in
Oh.
view. My parents always raised me.
Parent.
I'm sorry, guys. I'm gonna stop eating on the pod.
Mhm.
Parent, you bitch. My parents always raised me to like be super cautious of what I leave like in view in the car.
Mm.
Like anytime there's like a bag or a backpack or something, they're always like put in the trunk. Put in the trunk and put it under the seat so nobody can see it, because they're always like paranoid that someone would break into the car and like steal it, you know?
Yeah.
And it's interesting because last time we were in, not the last time, but when we did the podcast in San Diego, I was super fucking high, right? As you guys saw. And we went to the beach right after the pod, but I had to get like the video from my phone onto the laptop. Is this whole thing, and like you have to leave the laptop open and your phone,
Mm-hmm.
and it was taking forever because it was like a long ass pod. And I left it in the car and we're at the beach, but I remember being like really concerned, even in my like high state. I was like, I gotta like get a jacket or something to put over the laptop because it's like a big city and it's like right there on the seat. And I remember you like, Chris, it's not a fucking big deal, let's just go. And then Issa was like, no, like it is a big deal, you should cover it.
Yeah.
what is your like view on that? Like, why are you so?
I think because I have never. I'm sure my parents have said it, or like my mom has said it a few times. I remember like every once in a while they'd be like, okay, like if you're, we never had anything expensive in the car to like begin with. Like we're not leaving a laptop in the car.
Yeah,
we're not
poor.
leaving like a, but like we're not leaving anything that's gonna be broken and like into. I guess maybe randomly every once in a while she'd like throw a shirt over it or something, you know. But it was more when we were going to like sketch places, you know.
Yeah.
So and
Like you're in Stockton.
and for me it's like I'd never do that, but now I do with like, you know, super expensive stuff like the camera, you know. But at the same time I'm like, nah, whatever. Like I don't know, you know. And I have a lot of stuff in my car a lot of times, you know, and I'm just like,
I don't think our warranty works if the camera gets stolen, so you better be fucking careful.
yeah, like today I put it in the glove compartment, but that's just so in case like I didn't want it to move around, but it was like it dubbed as a security measure, you know. But I would be pretty pissed if it got broken into. Is there anything that you'd see in a car that you'd be like
Really tempted?
really tempted?
I just don't think I could ever steal shit, man.
Yeah, it's fucked.
My conscience is like it'll fuck me if I stole something.
Have
I
you
just feel
stole
so
stuff from
bad.
stores?
Dude, the other day I thought about stealing something because we know several people who you would not expect who steal shit from Target routinely. Like, I don't know if we should say their name.
No.
We'll bleep it.
Yeah.
She says every time she goes to Target, every time she
Yeah.
says she steals one thing at least every fucking time. And she goes to like the self-checkout and she thinks she's like slick. And I remember we were like, you know, there's a fucking camera, right?
Dude,
And I think she was like, wait, really? And I was like, no fucking way. You're out here being a criminal.
that's so on brand with that person.
Yeah.
It just makes me laugh just thinking about like,
Thinking she's so
it's
slick.
It's like I don't want to give examples. I mean, I don't think she cares.
It's like the pool thing with her like
Yeah.
up against the jet on the clitoris, thinking she's all slick and nobody knows.
I can just see like like if security came, she'd be like,
She'd be so
"What? What are you
embarrassed.
talking about?"
So embarrassed. Okay, I'm trying to think what happened though, because there was a reason that I was like, okay, it's because I was buying some shit at Target, right? After work, you know, I go after work a lot, and I think I was just getting like, I don't know, just like basic shit like toothpaste, and then I had some ingredients. So I might have had like a bell pepper or something, and I think it was like the food ingredient. I was scanning it, but it wasn't scanning on like the self checkout because it was like not Target's barcode. It was like wherever the fuck it came from's barcode, you know. And I kept trying to scan it, and it was like item not found. Like, I don't know. I think he wanted. I don't know what it said. Like maybe to ask for help or some shit. And I was just like, what if I just don't fucking ask for help? You know, and just take it. Like they saw me. It looks like I scanned it. You know. And I was like, I fucking can't, man. I can't. And I fucking called the guy over, and I was like, yeah, there's no barcode in this shit, man. Can you fucking?
He's like, "Dude, you should have just taken it.
He's fucking, what are you, pussy?
Do it. Pick it up.
Do it.
Do it." You like look and the store's empty. Do it. Do it, Chris.
The lights are all flickering and shit.
Did I tell this story about? So I have this nephew.
Oh, I have a good story. Remind me when you're done.
Well, mine's better. I'm just kidding. It's not really. It's quick. But I have my this nephew. His name's Gio. He's like 2 years younger than me. So we grew up like relatively the same age. But it was crazy because when I first met him, I used to think he was so annoying.
Sorry, it's just crazy because with the camera I can see myself
Yeah,
because
that's
there's a
nuts.
screen that flips up, so it's just insane.
Dancing
Anyways.
is what you do. And when I first met him, he was so annoying because it was like this weird age where I was a little bit more mature, and he was just like a super active kid, you know. And like with time, we kind of grew our relationship like as our ages started to like matter less. But I remember when I was still like pretty young, I would go to his house, and he lives kind of far, like so we'd only see him like once every like month or two, and I would like if there was like a really really cool like small toy or something, like I'd go to the bathroom and I would like take it, and I would be like, how the hell am I gonna steal this? And I remember there was a couple times where I'd like put it in my sock before I left, or my shoe, you know,
And you stole them?
and I would steal them. And I think I only did it a couple times. Okay, and it's crazy because
That's kind of a smart way to steal shit too, I feel like.
yeah, like I was good.
Like
Yeah,
it was
as a
right
kid,
before I
for a
left, and it
kid.
was like in my bottom of my shoes. Like,
Wow.
no one's gonna fucking look at that. And I remember one time I was playing, and he came over to my house, and we were playing with the toys that he got that I stole.
you stole.
That I stole.
God
And I think
damn.
he told me, it's like, are these mine? I was like, no. Like,
He's like, show me the receipt.
he's like, no, I think my grandma got me those. And I was like,
You're like, no, the fuck she didn't.
I mean, my grandma got me these. Like gaslight him.
Yeah.
And I was like, I think I just held my ground. I was like, no, like I think these are mine. And then I think we kind of just moved on. But like, I never steal,
Yeah.
and I would never do something like that. So it's just crazy that like I did that. And you know what's crazy? Like, I think my mom knew, and she was just like you're just a kid, like whatever. Like,
Really?
you know, like
How'd she know?
But
'Cause
my
she
mom
saw
was
him?
usually really like morally like, you're gonna fucking like return that, like don't, you
You're
know.
gonna burn in
But I
hell
think
for
it was
that.
less like she didn't want to get me in trouble, and she was just like, oh, okay, you know. But if you're
Wow,
watching this,
man.
Gio, which he does watch the podcast, I feel so bad, and I'm so sorry. And that's the honestly, I think that's the only time I've ever stole from someone ever. Like,
Why do you feel bad?
dude, I mean, I stole his shit.
His shit?
Well, it's his toys.
I thought you were stealing it from the store.
No, I was stealing it from
Oh
him.
my god! I thought you went to the store. I thought you went to the bathroom.
That's
in
why I'm
the
saying
store.
that Gio was saying like,
Oh,
those are
you're
my
fucked,
yeah,
bro.
my own nephew, my own kin,
Wow. Your own
you know?
kid, your own blood,
my
flesh
own
and
blood. So
You're fucked.
that's like one of the only times I think I've ever stolen from someone ever since.
Did you repent
And-
for that in your Christian Bible study group at Mr. T's?
And even the opposite, I'm super trusting of people. Like,
Yeah.
I even with you guys,
Yeah,
like
you are.
if I leave, he's like, I've gotten a lot of stuff, but like I let my stuff out. You know, like even if like someone just comes over that I don't really know that well, like I'll leave my stuff out of anything. Like I don't care.
Yeah.
But my sisters are always like super, like they always warn me like, oh, make sure you're like putting this away or make sure you don't show this. And I'm like, I can't see that someone would steal,
Yeah.
but it definitely could happen.
It definitely
you know.
happens. You know what's funny is Cheech, who was on the last podcast, he stole $5 from me one time. It was in my room, but I was like we were kids. I was probably like 13, 14. Because I remember we were all, the four of us that were on that pod, we were all going to Little Caesars. We were about to leave my house to like skate there. And I remember I had like $5 on my dresser.
Yeah.
And I remember I went to look for it before we went because like we needed money, you know? And it was gone. And I was like, did somebody take my $5?
Yeah.
And then I don't know how he fessed up or how I found out,
Yeah.
but Cheech, like, he took it. And I was like, you fucking stole my money?
Yeah.
And he was like, I was going to buy ranch. Which I believe him that he was, but like, what the fuck? Like, just tell
took it
me.
a fuck, dude.
But I wish we would have got into this on the last pod, but like, I'm pretty cheap, but back then, like, as a kid, I was super cheap because I didn't have any, like,
yeah.
first of all, like, my dad's super cheap. I think I'm just blaming it on him. Like, I think that's where I get it.
Yeah.
And then, but I didn't have any fucking income, you know? So, like, whatever I had, I would just be hella stingy with it. And they'd always get hella mad at me because I wouldn't want to, like, pitch in.
Wow, things
and
really
shit.
don't change.
And then I never liked to, like...
They're the poor ones there.
Yeah, I know. What's that supposed to mean?
Like considering their pods, they look like they were down bad. They were saying.
The what?
I said they were just down bad in the pod. They said.
What do you guys think about that?
They said it. They said it. I didn't.
No, they were talking about the struggle or whatever the fuck. Whatever those fucking peasants had to deal with. I don't know.
Not having them back.
But and I would never like to share my food, which I feel like is just a Caucasian thing in general. Like whenever we were all eating, I would never want to share, and I'm sure you've experienced that too, like in high school and shit. Or maybe
You?
not. Yeah.
I think that's. I would like. Do you guys want to offer? But I feel like I started that really heavily in our group.
Yeah,
But
you
I
would
remember-
always share really
I remember when we would, and this is like high school running days. We'd go out to eat like a taqueria.
well. Yeah.
And the first thing I always like to do is like I ask anyone like, do you want any of my stuff before I go like crazy,
Yeah.
you know? And I do that every time, and I feel like that was like a good start to like. But I'm sure like Angel and Oscar, who were like Mexicans too, like they knew the vibes, you know. But I feel like I was pretty persistent on being like, okay, if you want something, here it is, and then if you guys want to offer, like, you know, because that's
Yeah.
just how I like to do it.
Yeah, no.
What are you
I've
smiling
always-
about? What was the story that was in your head?
No, I was just thinking I was always fucked. And Cheech and like Ruben and Elias, they would always share shit. You know, they're pretty good about it. And then I remember they got like so upset at me one time because I would just never share or like pay for anything. They were like, "Fuck you, we're gonna start boycotting your ass." And then anytime they had food, and I like wanted a piece, they'd be like, boycott, boycott, boycott. And they just wouldn't give me anything. And I would get so pissed.
I feel like it's looking bad.
But it's like,
But it's a good
it
lesson,
was
'cause it's
within
like-
bounds.
You don't realize like the small things that you're getting, but you're
Yeah.
not giving. You know.
Yeah. You know, I was thinking real quick when you were saying how you felt like guilty for lying to Gio for stealing his fucking toys.
Yeah.
No way you stole them.
That's bad, man.
I would rather you steal from the store.
Me too.
Than your own fucking kin. But I remember one
Real
time.
quick, sorry, Gio. It was the Power Rangers toys, and I still have them. My nephew still has them now. And they're the ones that are like, they're super cool. I loved them.
Oh yeah,
you could,
I
like,
bet.
You could like flip it to make it like translucent flames, and they could turn into dragons. It was the coolest. So they were used really well.
It
I
was the
honestly,
coolest.
I just played with toys for a long
I
time.
still think I just bought them and just didn't use them.
Yeah, like
You're so
I had the best toys. I just had the most bitch of toys. Like I can remember, like I had this silver Dragon Ball Z that was like this.
Yeah.
It was just so perfect to hit things with, like because it was like already in a punching motion. I love building Legos. Like, dude, they're good. I think if I still had time, I would play with toys.
I remember when I was a kid, I went to the stage where I would go to my like best friend's house, and we would play hella just like their parents would just be like fucking go crazy on the computer, like do whatever, you know. So we would just be on like computers for like hours, and we would just be on addictinggames.com. Did you ever use that? That was the shit, dude. It was good. We'd be on that for days, or Club Penguin. Like we would switch back and forth. I got pretty into it. I think I even convinced my mom to like buy me some skins on there,
Yeah.
like some clothes.
Nice. But you couldn't give Cheech $5 for some food,
No. But I remember one time, like we couldn't see. I think, okay, the setup was like, my friend couldn't see my screen at the house, but I could see his. Right, I was on Club Penguin, and just even at that age, I was just like, I was always wondering about things and just being a little like, you know, I just veer off of like where I was supposed to be as a child.
Yeah.
And I remember I typed in sex. Like you could chat on Club Penguin, like you just be in this fucking.
And it pops over their head, right?
Yeah. And I remember I typed sex. And I remember sitting there staring at it like, should I do this? And I pressed enter. And immediately like a message popped up and it was like, you are banned for the next 24 hours from Club Penguin. And I remember being so scared. Like, what if they tell my parents or something, you know? I remember being pretty scared. And then I remember like my friend, his name was Kyle. Because we would switch back and forth. And we would like play together and shit. And I remember him telling me later, I think he was like, let's play Club Penguin. And I was like, I don't really want to. You know?
That's just hyped.
Shit's mid.
Yeah. You think you're still playing that? I mean, I think I'm cool for it for today. But tomorrow.
Maybe tomorrow.
Tomorrow at 3:05 p.m. I'm banging.
That's so funny, man. The story I was going to tell earlier, we were talking about stealing. I remember one of my friends growing up in my teenage years. He wasn't in the squad of the last pod. He's the same one that shit in the bathroom at Kohl's on the floor.
Mm-hmm. Shit in the sock,
and then
too.
Shit in a sock and threw it out of school.
And
same kid.
Was this the guy that cummed on himself and then would just go to sleep?
No, but he was kind of in our friend group.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. But yeah, the friend that the shitter, right? Anytime we would go to like a sporting goods store, we played baseball together.
Wait, did he ever hit you up about it?
No. No. So I don't think he listened. But whenever we would go to like a sporting goods store, because at the time we were really into baseball, right? So like my mom would take us. I remember at the time like our coach would take us sometimes. We went to Dick's Sporting Goods a lot. And I remember every time he would steal something. Every fucking time. Like, there are these things called Evo shields. They're fucking sick. It's like a wristband, like a long kind of wristband. And you mold like this piece that comes with it, and it gets hard. So like if the ball hits you in the wrist, it doesn't hurt, right?
Nice.
Sorry, I just couldn't.
God, that had like an afterwave.
Oh, yeah.
Is your stomach after?
He would steal those all the time. I think he would steal like sliding shorts, which are basically like kind of long boxer briefs you'd wear under your baseball pants. But a few times, I think he stole 2 gloves that I know of. And baseball gloves, like good ones, the ones that he was stealing, were like $300+. Like they're fucking expensive.
Yeah.
And I remember he stole one, and he would just like put them in his pants or like under his sweater, and we would just leave. And I was like, dude, if you get caught, like the cops are coming, because that's a lot of money, you know?
Yeah.
And I'd be so fucking nervous. But like once he would steal it successfully, I'd be like, dude, that's so fucking sick. Like, bro, you have a new glove and this shit. And he did it. I remember he did it. He would do it all the time when our coach would take us. And I remember one time my mom took us to Sports Authority. And that time I was really scared because he stole another glove. It was a fucking A2000 Wilson. Those are like top of the line. And he stole one and my mom took us. I remember being so fucking scared. Like, dude, my mom's going to be so disappointed if we get caught, you know?
Yeah.
It was just gnarly. And I remember one time he cracked my iPod Touch. Like, I think he put it on top of a fence, and then he opened the fence. Like, he forgot, and he opened the fence, and it cracked, like, shattered.
Mm-hmm.
That's, like, all I had back then, you know? That's all I had.
That's all I had.
And then I remember he gave me one of the stolen gloves, like, as compensation. He's
Oh,
like, hey, I'm
nice.
sorry. Like, here, take this. And I still have the glove to this day. And it was, like, my high school glove.
And it was a good.
Yeah, it was a good one. It was a sick. It was a good.
That good.
It was a good glove. It was pretty sick. But
Were your parents the type to ever buy you like any of the like games or like apps that were like $3 or anything, like the additions you could get on games or apps for, you know?
I think I was always like too like. I just never even wanted to ask because I was like, this is such a ridiculous thing to buy. I think even as a kid, I was just like,
Oh, that's pretty mature.
So, but I do remember asking for Club Penguin, and I think my mom bought me some clothes on there for, I don't know,
Nice.
maybe like $10 or
Drip.
something. Yeah. But I remember like me and Cheech, I remember there was a few games on like the iPod Touch back in the day.
Yeah.
They were just, dude, I feel like you used to have banging ass games for free. And now like those games are like, they cost money. Like now.
I haven't looked at the App Store since I was
Yeah, I
like
don't really
15.
play games
But I'm sure.
But I remember, I think there's a few times where we would be hella hyped on this game, but it was only like a free trial or something. But I remember he would like call his uncle. He had like a cool uncle, and he called him. He's like, "Hey, can I buy this fucking game on the
Yeah.
iPod?" And his uncle would be like, "Yeah." That was pretty lit.
Remember when
you
people
know?
would jailbreak their phones?
Yeah, did you ever
And
do
it would
that?
always be like the smart people, like smart, like for me, it'd be like the smart, like nerd
I remember
kid. and they
Rupen
would, like,
did
just
it.
do
He
it.
was pretty.
Okay,
dumb,
never mind
so.
then.
No, I never did that. I think I wanted to because you could get all the shit for free,
Everything,
right?
you know?
That's insane. You can't do that anymore, huh?
I'm sure it's way more difficult.
Yeah, Apple's got it pretty locked down, right?
Like for the people who like jailbreak and like steal, like there's obviously like a certain character trait that they have. Like, not like saying like different kinds of people, all different kinds of people, but they all share like that
Are you
one
happy?
thing.
Sorry.
Don't give me that for free. It's all blurred.
Yeah,
Just
I'm gonna
kidding.
blur that actually.
You probably
I'm
should.
I've been thinking about the feet finder thing a little more lately.
You keep thinking. So, but I'm just thinking like, I feel like that's something we don't have. Same with like
Yeah,
the whole
we
like
just
you
don't
know,
have it in
in
us.
public thing and like you know the boobs in public. Sorry.
Yeah.
And just like certain things that both of us don't have. It's like, is that gonna be like a detriment at one point in the future? You know?
Like we're just not gonna take advantage of certain things that we should.
Yeah, like it's just like our thought process. Like maybe it's not so much that we could steal avocado from like Target, but it's the fact
I've
that
done
we
that
could
before.
like take something and you know that the corporation's not going to need it and miss it, and it's just
No.
like a little bit of gain, and you saved yourself like $6 because fuck it, because everything's so expensive. Like it's that you're missing out, you know?
Yeah, I mean, I feel like if it's like manageable, it's an okay trait to have, you know. But I think, you know, it can't get too out of hand.
Like it's a slippery slope.
I remember Cheech tried to convince me to steal shit one time too. It was like me, him, and my sister. We all walked to the Dollar Tree, and I remember he had strep throat at the time, so he was walking around with like a big ass blanket on him. And we were walking throughout the store, and like persistently, he was like, "Chris, fucking steal this shit!" Like really, really, really trying to get me to steal something. And he's like, "Dude, they're gonna fucking expect me to steal something because I have a fucking blanket on." And he's like, "You're a little ass kid. You look hella innocent. They're not gonna fucking think you're gonna steal it."
Yeah.
And I remember being kind of close, but like I didn't do it. You know, it's like we just have that really strong like no. You know,
And it's like I think it's like a strong sense of like you know, with maybe this is not right, maybe it's not worth it. But I think it's like
it's
a
more
very strong,
fear.
yeah, very big, strong fear. Like
it's more.
we're
fear.
definitely the type to just think of the worst, you know? Like, and
Yeah.
I was thinking that today and stuff, and I was just like, dude, that's just so like stressful.
You know what we should start doing? I think we should start stealing like cups and shit from restaurants. You know,
I think
people
that's a
do that
good
lot,
start.
especially when we move. That'd
Yeah.
be a good one.
Because I listened to this podcast, The Basement Yard,
Uh-huh.
and they like grew up in New York and stuff, and like
Yeah.
New York in their 30s. They're 30 right now, so like, You know, it was like before obviously like phones and stuff.
Yeah.
So like they had like some more wild adventures and like, you know, they had more freeing parents. And it's like, I just feel like they do different things that like builds character almost, you know?
Yeah.
That I would never do out of fear, you know? Dying out there.
I know, they're screaming out there. The fucking wind's blowing, so you guys can probably hear a little bit, but like the blinds are rattling a little bit, so
It feels really good though.
it just feels banging, dude. God, I can't wait for the summer.
Mm.
But yeah, man, I don't know. I don't fucking know, because I think it's not just stealing shit. Like that same kind of mentality, like you're saying, like with the jailbreaking, it translates to like other shit, you know, which I feel like is way more beneficial than stealing, you know? Like you're gonna take that spot in the traffic, you know. You're gonna put on your blinker, just fucking go.
Yeah, like
I
that kind
never
of
do
thing.
that,
You know, it's like I'm always like, you know, everyone else first, or like just more timid and whatever.
Yeah.
Like, you know, I had an apple today. See, like good example. Today I was eating an apple while driving, and I ate the shit out of this apple. So like by the
Just
time
the
it was
core.
just like this, like very small,
Yeah.
and I didn't even want to throw it out the window. And like,
Damn.
because I was just like, I don't know, like someone's gonna watch and see me, and like I just don't know
I
what's
used
gonna
to
happen.
do that, but I don't do it anymore.
But
I used to just throw
could've
banana peels and shit, too.
I could have just like had my hand out and just dropped it.
Yeah,
Like, I'm
nobody
not,
would nobody would have known either.
Yeah,
you know?
like, you know. But I remember telling myself like, you know what, you're gonna do it, and I still didn't do it.
Really?
Yeah, I was like, you know what, you're just gonna drop it.
gonna
Like
do
you're
it.
just gonna drop it on this like on the road. Like that's it. Like no one
Yeah.
cares, and I just couldn't.
But at the same time, you were masturbating on the freeway, you know. So it's like, what
You
is
know?
the line here? You know?
Yeah, that's weird. It was one time.
Maybe it's just, but that's like a different impulse. Like you're not trying to get one over on somebody or like put yourself ahead. It's just your sexual
Like the
drive. It's
experience
just
and like the
an
experience, you know.
Yeah.
It's like different.
So it's different.
Is there anything that you do like in your day to day life, or like any examples you could think of where like you're like doing the less common route or like more timid route out of like fear or something like that? You know.
Oh, like I'm being more timid. Real quick, I just want to say I have not peed in the sink since one time since the last podcast, because I don't know, it's just in the back of my head every time I think about it.
It's good.
And it's tempting, like especially in the middle of the night. I don't know why, it's just so easy, just like but I cleaned my bathroom since then, and I think I'm just like, I just don't want to dirty my sink, you know, like
Yeah,
as
one should.
you
know?
Okay, but with the timid thing, the other day I was at the gas station, this was a few days ago, and I went to the Arco at like fucking 6 p.m. and it was just so goddamn busy. Like there were so many cars, and I like was parked, like car on, but I was just waiting, and like clearly waiting. Like I was not like hella far from the pumps. Like I was right there, you know. Like I'm obviously waiting for a pump, and I fucking missed so many opportunities. Like every time I was like, okay, once this car leaves, I'm going in. You know, like right when they leave, I'm gonna go.
Mm-hmm.
And fucking right when they would leave, somebody else would be coming in and be like, fuck. And I would
Yeah,
just wait.
like you're not
you
gonna
know?
do it, but you
I would just
could.
wait. And yeah, I could have pushed it and been like, no, this is mine. You
Yeah.
know? Which I feel like is what most like normal people would do.
Mm-hmm.
It's just, you gotta be like, you know, a little aggressive.
Like you have to have your
Like I just let people walk
space
all
and
over me,
personality.
man. You
Yeah.
know? It's pretty fucked. What about
It's-
you? Anything comes to mind?
I
I think just driving. I just can't like. And you will push me sometimes. You're like, just fucking put your blinker on. Someone will let you in. And I'm always
Yeah.
even scared to just do that. Like I don't even want to. I never want to be that guy where you're like stopped, like at a standstill, and then you put the blinker on and expect somebody to like let you. I don't know why. It just makes me uncomfortable.
That's one of the only ones I really do because of like we're at slow traffic, and I know if I put my blinker on, like you're gonna let me in.
yeah.
Like, you know,
Yeah.
because we're going slow. Like that's almost like you're gonna let me in. You know. But if I'm going,
will.
I always try to merge when like someone. So like someone doesn't have to change their like velocity, you know, like it's
Yeah.
always gonna be nice and fluid.
You know what I did today that scared the shit out of me?
Mm.
I was like kind of on my phone at a stoplight, right? Well, I was on my phone. Let's call it spade a spade. And the fucking
at your phone, you're like,
the green arrow or the arrow turned green to turn left, but the fucking like my light to go straight was still red. But I saw the green one, and I'm like, "Nee," and I fucking went like halfway into the intersection.
Oh shit!
This is on Kiernan, which is a fucking busy ass road. Busy, like 4 lanes going each way. And I was like, oh my God. And I fucking stopped. It was so embarrassing. And I reversed. And like there was a truck behind me, and they pulled up as I went. So I couldn't even go like all the way behind the line. Like I'm pretty sure my whole car was still in front of the white line.
Yeah.
And they didn't even back up when I was backing up. Like, you motherfucker.
Yeah.
Like you saw me like make an embarrassing mistake. And you can't even be a homie and just fucking give me one.
He just goes forward a little bit, so you look comes past. He's like,
He's a train horn. He's like, nah.
Like, look at this idiot. Look at this idiot.
Loser. I wanted to bring up. So Jaime, a while ago, he was like, "Hey, updated my girls I'd sell my soul to based solely on looks list in his phone."
Okay.
Here's a notes list titled that. One more time, girls I'd sell my soul to
Okay.
based solely on looks.
Such a simp
I
title.
just think it's so funny, man. Like, it's just so funny. But he added pictures to each one.
God, it's like so.
Can we look through it? Like, we're not gonna say who it is, but I just want to see.
It's like so weird and serial
I was
killer
gonna
like.
say, yeah, exactly. Because those are the vibes I got a little bit.
Oh yeah.
But like, oh yeah.
Like it's weird.
But do you think?
But it's like I'm proud.
you are.
I'm not proud. It's just because I just love attractive people, you know?
Yeah.
And I just hate
we do.
like, and I'm like, I try to get my life, I'm trying to get my life more organized.
Oh.
And it's
yeah.
like, it's like one
That's
of those
a great start.
it's like one of those things that's like, I think of like I'll see an attractive, like, some repetitive attractive people and I'll be like, wow, you're really beautiful. Like, damn. And then I don't see them again. But then I don't know. So it's like, it's just nice the fact that I can just like look at the notes and be like, oh, okay, these are the people I find attractive. I don't know.
Just
Like,
the kids you forgot.
it's just,
How
and then
many
it's
do you
like,
have in there?
hold on, I'm trying to find it.
That's a clip, by the way.
1, 2, 3, 4. Oh shit, I messed up. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25,
Wow.
26, 27, 27, and 2 celebrities.
How the fuck do you have that many people?
There's a lot of people.
And those
in
are
the
all
world.
like local people?
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, let me scroll.
Okay,
Okay,
like
so we
tell me what you're thinking and keep it. Yeah.
Okay.
Tell me if you're agreeing or if you're feeling
Okay.
it or what's going on here.
Who's this one? I don't know who that is. She's an internal vice president.
Stop! What are you doing?
I didn't even
Stop
say
moving
where.
the phone all crazy.
I'm not. They're not gonna see it. Okay. Agree. I mean, they're all banging. I don't know about this one, but I think.
Some are like,
Okay,
you know.
this one. But you know her, so I feel like the personality plays a
Oh,
role
like
there.
strongly.
But this is solely on looks, so I think you're kind of.
No, I mean have a oh, I did say
I think
that.
you're fucking. You
I'm an
fumbled in
idiot.
that one.
Because and the thing
No
I say
offense.
on parentheses I say personality and looks. Like
Remember when we name dropped everybody from high school? That's fucking
that's nuts.
insane.
Here's the timestamp and the podcast.
insane.
We name
Her-
dropped
oh my
the hottest
God,
person.
dude.
Yes.
Fucking
And she likes her reels.
1000%. Oh my god, dude! What she posted recently, unreal.
Like watch, you're just gonna click everyone and be like,
What the
wow.
fuck is this? This is the worst fucking picture. But you said it's because she doesn't post anything. So bad. There's 2 dudes in the photo. And just her and
Yeah, some of these
pixelated.
have their boyfriends there, and I'm like, this
Yeah, agree.
Oh,
Oh man, love her. Definitely,
wow.
definitely. What I wouldn't give.
Yeah,
For
she fucking
just-
posted her
just a
she
date.
Posted her boyfriend like yesterday. I was like, what the fuck are you doing?
It's so funny how much me and Jaime hate on relationships. When it's like a banging ass girl, we're just like, no way. Like we'll send,
We're genuinely frustrated. Like, how? They could be like that.
Oh my god.
Watch out there. That's
How? We literally send it to each other and be like,
how are they so
seriously?
happy?
Okay, sorry. I'm having way too much fun with this, guys. So I'm gonna keep going. Oh man, yeah, that's a good one.
That's
I feel like
really
the
good.
personality
That's a
kills
good
it a
picture,
little
too.
bit. The one that she posted.
We didn't even know. We don't even.
The one that
but
she
yeah.
posted on B-Reel the other day.
I don't know.
That was good.
It was-
Remember we talked about it. Oh, no, it was a story.
It was a story.
And you liked it.
Yeah, that's weird. I don't know why
No,
I did that.
you do. You know exactly. What
I
you did.
haven't been liking people's
100%.
stories that much.
I don't know who this is, but she's nice. Dude, I just love Latinas so much. Who do you think you can see me like ending up with? Like if I do get married one day,
The Grim Reaper.
The devil.
I mean, hopefully.
Oh my god, dude. I think she has a man's too. 'Cause she posted somebody at the fucking tulip farm. It's bad over there at the tulip farm. You know?
I know.
It's never good.
Yeah, when you're at the tulip farm, you're probably pregnant already. You know.
Like no way you couldn't go to that fucking light farm, you know?
The light farm.
There's a light farm.
The lighthouse.
Chloe always goes there. It's pretty cool.
What is it?
It's literally like it's like this like ranch kind of place.
That's a good one.
It's this like ranch place. It's kind of like rolling hills kind of looking. And like this guy just put like fucking thousands of like lights coming out of the ground. It just looks cool. It's kind of like a cool, like, you know,
like good vibe, cool
edge.
vibe.
Yeah, cool vibe. But her boyfriend's so mid. I don't know, like her boyfriend just looks so not.
Her boyfriend looks like an NPC.
Yeah, like he looks
We're
like.
so mean. I mean, honestly, he looks like a good guy.
He looks like if you watched one of those corny ass movies. I just watched this movie called The Kissing Booth. It was the fucking corniest like Zoe 101 vibe kind of movie. He looks like a character from Zoe 101.
I haven't seen that.
God damn it! This is one of those cheesy. Oh my god.
That one hurts.
That one.
That
was personal.
That was personal.
That was personal. All right, I don't want to keep doing that.
Was it done?
No, but I'm just like in the audience, you know.
No. Keep
No,
going.
we
I want to
can
go.
go.
Come on.
I mean, when you're fucking.
When
like
you're
an
this
hour
deep in, it's
you know
either
what
you're a
I'm
lawyer
saying?
or you're a Hoyle.
That's a good one.
That one's,
Oh my god, who is that?
You're gonna
I'll
bleep it. Really?
Oh, she's nice,
Yeah.
man. Wow. I haven't seen her in like since high
she was a
school. A kid?
Well, that's hers.
She's younger than us.
Look at it. No, I think this is the oldest.
Oh, you're right.
Yeah.
I was gonna say a story about her, but that just totally gives it away.
No,
Really?
does it give it away?
Yes.
Okay, don't do it.
She's the one in high school that got in the fight and made the girl pee herself.
She did that?
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah,
Wasn't
they-
the story like she was getting bullied, or am I tripping?
Yeah, apparently. I don't know the backstory, but like in the video, she's like, "Stop fucking bullying me," and she's like beating her ass, and then the girl pees
Good for
herself.
her.
Yeah, I mean,
Violence is pretty bad.
at least she got expelled.
But at the same time, like, bro, you can only take so much. And,
Oh, wow.
people won't do shit.
Do we know her?
No, but I wish I did.
Where's she from?
But she's definitely local.
I hate when you send me girls on Instagram, and then I look at the like count and like the follower count, and they have like fucking 20,000 followers. I'm like, damn it, it's not even attainable. Like,
Oh,
It's
yeah.
not even a reason for me to even look at this.
Yeah,
you
like
know?
it just.
That girl you sent me today, earlier, like a few hours ago, I followed her. She should fucking follow me back.
Who?
I'll bleep this.
Oh, yeah, that's nuts.
Did she go to high school with us? She looks kind of familiar.
Yeah, she's. I'm gonna bleep. You gotta bleep this too.
Okay.
She-
What? Oh, we'll bleep it.
Yeah,
Oh, okay.
That's nuts,
Oh,
huh?
wow.
Yeah.
Good looking.
really good.
Real
Dude.
good looking. Oh,
Someone is
I
on.
would sell myself for that one.
Someone's on vacation with certain someone. And
And
okay,
you're
so
just
like
living
I-
for those
okay, she's
vacation
not watching this.
highlights, huh?
my friend,
Oh, God.
a close friend of mine, has a friend that's really attractive.
Yep.
And like, I mean, they're far. They're like in. Should I even say the location? No, who
Lebanon?
cares? No. That too. Well, that's even worse. No, but they live in like Los Angeles.
Oh, yeah.
So like, I'm not actually gonna do anything or say anything, whatever.
Yeah.
But I remember telling her like, dude, your friend's so attractive. And she's like, oh, you should try to get at her. I was like, why the hell would I do that? Like, there's literally no
Hey,
chance.
You never know.
But
Bro, you pull, like, Jaime pulls the most banging chicks.
No,
and
sir.
just, you know?
hey, the horse doesn't go to the water. The water goes to the horse.
Is that right?
It should have been the other way.
Yeah.
But I mean, you know what's crazy is like I really do. Like I was just recently talking with one of my friends, and we were sharing like people we like, you know, like our past kind of like history of people. So I kind of do like the old digging of like, but I'm not saying like, you know, everyone I've done stuff with are like beautiful people, but I was like, I'm only gonna send you like the top, like I guess like tier people.
Yeah.
And I had like maybe like 8 or 10 people that I've like or like kissed or made out or sex or whatever. I was like, Jesus. I was like, there's no way. Like, there's no way this guy
With
you
that
know?
shitty ass beard and fucking.
With that nose, you know? And I'm like, I just don't understand it. Because I'll look at those people on the list and I like it gives me motivation to like be better. Because I'm like, dude, these people's boyfriends are probably like so much better people, you know?
Yeah.
And I'm like, I gotta be better, because like I don't want to get to one of these, or not literally them, but like someone in that like manner, like or
Yeah.
someone of that value,
Caliber. Yeah.
of that caliber, and like lose them because I'm
Yeah.
not like good or ready or enough, you know?
What do you think, like, if they had current significant others and they saw a picture of you, like, what do you think they would think of you?
Let me look at my Instagram. If I was a stranger, right?
Uh-huh.
It's crazy because
I was looking. Start posting more, man.
I was looking at that
Don't
bus
post
cup
shit.
picture and I was like, I don't even know if I look that good. But then I re-looked at it after I looked at myself for a while, and I was like,
Mhm.
actually, I do look pretty good.
Yeah,
But it just kind of looks
bang.
funny now, doesn't it?
And mine looks funny now. Dude, mine was so short. I look like a fucking nut.
I
you
mean,
know?
I just don't know. I
But at
think
the time,
like,
I was like hella feeling myself.
this is
you
a
know?
really good photo.
That's a good one.
I like this one a lot.
That's a real
guys.
good
I don't know.
one.
It's just like really kind of fuckboy.
All
action.
those San Diego ones, man. That's when you're in your prime. Then you cut it all off.
Yep. Growing it out though. I mean, I still
Yeah.
like it. I like it like this, but I also it has like no flavor.
Yeah. It's like unseasoned chicken.
Should we
It's
cut
like
it?
salmon vanilla. Yeah, let's cut it soon. One more thing I want to do real quick. I texted Jaime like a month ago as I was filling out a job application. And I asked him, I was like, hey, can I put you down as a reference? Because this goofy ass job application, who the fuck does this? For my references, it said no, like past or like current employers. I was like, that's fucking all I have, you know?
Like, what do you mean?
I think that was only, there might have been another requirement, but it was saying like for a reference, like don't put a reference who is a past or current like employer.
Well, I
I'm just like,
heard.
what the fuck is that? Like, that's all I do, because I thought that was like a banging reference to have like a employer to be like, yeah, he's good, you know?
Well, I heard it's okay. Well, maybe if it's voluntary, but I heard it's illegal to like talk to your past, like as an employer, you can't talk to
Really?
their past employers.
We know past.
Yeah,
Can you
because
do current?
and I'm sure and current too, like because it could just be like complicated, you know? Because I talked to my managers who like are
Yeah.
managers, you know, and this is Frito-Lay, like they're managers, you know, they
Yeah.
got their bachelors in fucking engineering and shit, and
Yeah.
like they know their stuff. They've been working there for years, you know. And I was like, I think we were just talking about job references or whatever. And they're like, yeah, like you can't, not references or whatever, but they're like, because I was talking about like, oh, jokingly if I got fired or something, you know. And
Yeah.
but then I was like, can I use you as a reference? You know, it's a joke in a sense. But he's like, oh, you can't use like sorry, I'm messing it up. I'm sorry.
Uh-huh.
Like it's not as I could use him reference. I keep saying that like like we use this specific example, but I said like I hope they don't call you to like ask how it was as an employer.
Oh, yeah.
As an employee. That's what I meant to say. And they're like, oh, they can't do that. Like they can't call and ask how you were as an employee. Like it's illegal.
Maybe
But I
it's
wonder
like
if it's
they
like a-
can't ask like, how was he? But maybe they have to just ask like, how would you describe him? Or something like that.
Because he said the only thing you could ask is if they were like employed.
That's it?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Like
That makes sense,
was this person
maybe.
employed there? And I'm like, yeah. I'm like, oh, okay, thank you.
Because when I was filling out that application and I was putting like my past and present employer, they were like, it had like a box that said like permission to contact them. And I was like, Jesus, like
Yeah.
I don't want you to fucking contact my current one and be like, so we applied for a job here.
Yeah.
Like, Jesus, why the fuck? But I know some companies are weird about it. Like, they won't talk about it at all. Like, they don't allow. Because like I knew somebody in the past. My ex.
I was about to say that's the only wording that you'd use for that.
That's the only person I would be vague about. But she was trying to apply for new jobs for a while, and I remember her like current job, like not at all. Like you cannot even put us down as like a reference or any. They're like that you were even employed here. Like they're super weird about it.
That's weird.
Yeah, and they couldn't contact them or nothing. So I'm like, what the fuck?
Because he said you could do letter rec or like a recommendation letter. He's like that. We could do that. He's
I was
like, if
gonna-
you ask us.
Oh, I was gonna ask you though. Okay, Jaime said no to be my reference. By the way, I was like, Jesus. If you were my reference, what would you say if they called you and were like, so tell me about Chris?
Okay, give me like a ring me up.
Bring, bring, bring.
That's a random number. I'm like you try to swipe up and then.
And it goes on the whole screen. You're like, shit.
Yeah. Huh?
Hi. So we're calling because you're on a reference list for one Christopher Mariscal applying here at our company. We just want to know
Who?
Christopher Mariscal.
Oh yeah. Uh-huh.
Okay. Yeah.
Sorry, I
know
just
this?
haven't worked with him
Do you-
in a long time.
Oh, interesting. Because he says you guys work up to current. You guys are currently working together. Is that false?
No. I saw him last week. I just, like how I live a long time ago is last week, Like if you forgot your kid in the car last week, you would say it was a long time, right?
I guess you make a valid point.
Yeah. Okay, go on.
What are 3 good qualities you would say about Mr. Mariscal?
I can only say 3, right?
Yeah, only 3. Yeah.
I mean, that's hard to do. I mean, that guy. Well, he was there at my first communion.
Uh-huh.
He was my ring bearer. Are we talking about work?
Whatever you want.
We'll go to work. We'll go to
Okay.
work. I mean,
he was the best goddamn employee I've seen.
Oh.
I mean, I don't think I've ever seen an old lady go into the fitting rooms with him and leave without a smile.
Huh.
And I think that's saying something. And I think his customer service is top tier.
So he would go into the fitting rooms with these.
Well, a lot of times it's like when you carry an old lady's grocery bags out to their car. Like they need the assistance, right? So we have a special ring, but only he really would take the requests, you know.
Huh.
And he would go in there and he would help them out, make sure everything fit really nice. And they were always satisfied. They'd always come back 3-4 times a day.
Okay. Now give us 3 bad qualities about him.
Bad.
Weaknesses.
Well, if you need him to reach anything on the top shelves, like, do you guys have step ladders there?
No. We
Okay,
don't.
well, you got to consider that.
Okay.
Because that was a frustrating thing.
Is it dick tall?
Sometimes if you like leave to lunch and you leave him alone and then you open the door really quick, you'll catch him picking at his nose.
Oh.
So you got to make sure he's not.
What about sinks? Is there anything weird with the sinks in the bathrooms?
There's rumors. There's definitely rumors, but I think we're here to talk about concreteness, not rumors.
Uh-huh.
So what's some
Okay,
any other
we
questions?
need one more.
Oh, any other bets? I mean, he always returns, the goods for the customers. So he kind of gives in. He's not very a stern kind of person. He's very
Like, would he jailbreak his phone or?
no, he's not reckless.
Oh, okay.
He's just stupid.
Oh,
Yeah,
Got it.
It's just a fine line.
I'm gonna level with you. It's 4:30 on a Friday afternoon. I just need something to do. We're not gonna fucking hire this guy. I looked him up and I found something called The Cozy Show, and you would not believe the fucking clips this guy has on the internet. All right?
What is that? The Cozy Show. What is it?
It's one of the most banging podcasts you can fucking watch on the modern internet.
Don't they have a sponsor?
I think it's Mosaic Apparel, if I remember correctly.
But I don't want to buy anything without a discount code. So do they have that?
Oh, it's funny you asked. They actually do have a discount code. All caps, COZY, for 10% off at checkout.
What do they sell?
Yeah, so Mosaic is a small local business located right here in the Central Valley.
I mean, excuse me.
What's so funny?
Nothing.
I mean, this is just off top what I remember.
Uh-huh.
I mean, I didn't really watch the pod,
Mm-hmm.
They were a small local business located right here in the Central Valley of California.
Right here.
Started by this guy named Thiago Ritchie, pretty cool dude, skateboarder, jiu-jitsu black belt, good friend, and coach of these 2 guys on the pod.
I think he does a lot of charity work too.
Yeah, great dude. From Brazil, immigrant. Why not support a small business started by, a Brazilian,
Immigrant. Say it again.
Yep.
Uh-huh. And I heard he just had a kid.
Oh, just had a kid.
So you know what that means.
So he's out that money.
Bills
You know
are
what I'm saying?
twice as high.
You know what I'm saying? Those diapers, they aren't
Sleep
cheap.
is cut in half.
They sell tons of cozy different articles of clothing for you to buy. Shirts,
Articles. I don't like to read.
pieces of clothing.
Uh-huh.
Shirts, shorts now with the seasons changing. They have a hat. They have windbreakers, lightweight. I know it's getting warmer, so don't worry.
Yep.
They got some lightweight windbreakers. Pretty saucy, if you ask me. Some sweats, some hoodies.
Would you wear them as a bridesmaid outfit?
I wouldn't quite wear it for that, but they do have a little bit of range of the graphics and designs on it. They have anything from simple to a little more complex and, intricate designs.
Maybe as an undershirt for when you're really ready to dance after.
Ready to fucking bust down. He does. As a matter of fact, he does. He has plenty of undershirts.
Okay.
T-shirts you can rock.
Soon to be tank tops too.
Once
it gets a little bit warmer outside.
Anyways, check them out. Check them out. Use code COZY at checkout for 10% off. All caps, COZY. If you're in the 209 area, you'll get free shipping. It's a pretty banging deal if you ask me. It's always a plus.
Yep.
Check them out at mosaicapparel.com. Mosaic Apparel on Instagram. All linked in description. Anyways, guys.
Hope you
for
enjoyed the video,
Hope it looks okay. It's crazy being under the lights like this.
Yeah, we'll probably have a different set of lights next time you see us.
Yeah.
Most likely. So
We'll see.
We're still tuning things out. Stu's probably going to get moved around a bit, but
Yeah.
hope the quality was decent at least. I think it's going to still look really good.
Yeah, I think it'll
really
look
a lot
good.
better.
I think it'll look good.
leave any questions and comments in the description. Should we ask him a question for the comments?
Yeah. Trying to not ask anything too invasive. You know?
Okay, I'll ask and then you ask.
All right.
Have you guys ever stole something?
Okay, well.
Specifically from like a company, but and anyone like your friends, your family, just something, and how'd you feel after?
Are you religious? And if not, which religion would you choose if you had to choose one?
Okay. I was gonna say something, but I don't want to say it. Okay. All right.
All right, guys.
Peace.
Peace. Have a good week. And